Assalamu alaikum, shalom aleichem. I was originally just going to make this a quick little compilation of some notes from this book, Believing Women in Islam, Unreading Patriarchal Interpretations of the Qur'an. However, as there are a number of quotes that I'm going to incorporate into my master's thesis that I'm wrapping up here, a number of quotes from this book, I figured that I would read from the first 3 chapters in various YouTube installments. The book is very much from the perspective that I've been advocating, and that is a reevaluation from the ground up of what the Quranic Arabic actually says. At the beginning, she inaugurates the book with a quote from the Qur'an. Do they not reflect on the Qur'an, or is it that their hearts have locks upon them? This is a question that I often wonder to myself. Because when I read the Qur'an, there are some very plain things. As the Qur'an says, it's the Kitab al-Mubin. It is a clear and obvious book. It's written in the plain dialect of Arabia at the time, which was nicknamed Arabic. There were a full 200 words recorded, or that we have today, rather, that survive of Arabic before the Qur'an. There was no book written in Arabic. It was, in actuality, a dialect of Aramaic. However, I'm going to start with just reading the preface because there are a number of quotes that I find useful in it, and one in particular, and I'll get to that. The central question I have posed in this book, she writes, whether or not the Qur'an is a patriarchal text, is perhaps not a meaningful one from the Qur'an's perspective, since its teachings are not framed in terms of the claims made by either traditional or modern patriarchies. However, since the Qur'an was revealed into an existing patriarchy and has been interpreted by adherents of patriarchies ever since, Muslim women have a stake in challenging its patriarchal exegesis. In writing this book, I have wanted not only to challenge oppressive readings of the Qur'an, but also to offer a reading that confirms that Muslim women can struggle for equality from within the framework of the Qur'an's teachings, contrary to what both conservatives and progressive Muslims believe. I am always disheartened to hear progressive Muslims claim, disingenuously, it seems to me, that Islamism is Islamism, as a young Algerian feminist puts it in a critically acclaimed film shown recently in the West. Here's the quote that I really liked, and that you will see in my master's thesis, particularly when we get to rereading and reevaluating what the Arabic actually says in mentioning those who turn. 9 times out of 10, never actually saying Jews, refusing to call those who are not following Judaism Jews, only calling them those who turn, and at other times referring to those who embrace Judaism as those who turn towards Allah. To identify Islam inseparably with oppression is to ignore the reality of misreadings of the sacred text. Ponder that.